Mark Haggard standing by with...
That's right. They are undefeated. We've got the players here. We've got the coaches here. We even have some parents here. And most of all, we have the cheerleaders here to start us off. All right, ladies.
NMB, woo! This ain't nothing but an NMB party. Let me hear you say NMB, woo! This ain't nothing but an NMB party. Let me hear you say NMB, woo!
All right, North Myrtle Beach Chiefs in the End Zone Studios. Perry Woolbright, the head coach. Perry, I know you hate to keep going back to when you first got to North Myrtle Beach High. 2 straight winless seasons, 0-21 to start your career there, and then all of a sudden last year, 4-6 record. Now you're off to a 2-0 start. Let's talk about this Loris game and the significance. This is the first time you've beaten the Loris Lions since 2009.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's a big win for our program. You know, that's the thing we were looking for this year is that big marquee win. The game we circled was Loris. I mean, Willicombe was a good team, but Loris is a team we hadn't beat. It's a rivalry game. It was going to be a hard-fought game for 4 quarters, and our kids came out on top.
And now you've got a West Brunswick team north of the border a following week and then a bye week. But let's talk about West Brunswick a little bit because that's the next team.
Definitely. You know, we're going to enjoy this one this weekend, but Monday we got to get back to work. You know, we don't want this to be the cornerstone of our season. We want this to be the start to a big journey deep into the playoffs this year. So I think that's the first big win we've had since I've been here to get us started. But now it's time to get things rolling and really roll over everybody.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because, you know, tonight – it wasn't just about scoring enough points to beat the other team. Your defense just beat them up. I think Levi Moody, the star running back for Loris, wound up with 13 carries for minus 11 yards.
Yeah, I think that's our defense. You know, our defense played great last week, and, you know, now we got the type kids when – you know, they hear y'all put in the news, they hear it in the newspaper about a big back that's going to do this, done all these things. You know, our kids respond to it. You know, they take pride in our defense. We take pride in the offense. So, you know, all they've heard about is Levi's going to do this, Levi's going to do that. So, you know, our kids stepped up and responded and showed we're a physical team.
And you are physical on offense, too. Mr. Furness throwing some clutch passes and the receivers coming up with the grabs at the times they needed to. And, of course, Delonzo Williams, a big night for him. I believe he ran for $167. Didn't get in the end zone. But that's all right. You got the victory tonight. Delonzo, talk about him and his importance to the team.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely important to the team. You know, we're going to ride him 30 carries. You can see that. And, you know, we're not always going to have, if you see tonight, we're not going to have those big 50, 60-yard plays because when you play great teams like Loris, who's got a great defense, you know, it's going to have to be a defensive battle, and you're going to have to be able to grind it out and take some time off the clock and move the ball slowly down the field and, you know, chop it down there. And that's what we did tonight. And when we needed to, we make plays. We didn't make them all the time, but when it was clutch, we made a play, and that was big for our team.
You know, I didn't make a play. This is the first time in all the times that I had a team out here, I was cutting highlights, writing up shot sheets, and I failed. I don't have a game ball with me. But we're going to give you a game ball, an HTC game ball to LaQuinn Bellamy. Oh, wait a minute. Allison Floyd to the rescue. Not as good as – I should have let you catch it because LaQuinn Bellamy, you get our HTC game ball. You had a 60-yard interception return during a key time in the game. The game was in the balance. And what were you looking at in the quarterback's eyes, or what were you looking at in coverage?
I was just looking at the quarterback's eyes, and I just read it, and I picked the ball and tried to score.
LaQuinn Bellamy with 10 tackles tonight, 5.5 tackles for loss. So you were probably the guy who was most menacing for Mr. Levi Moody having those negative yards tonight.
Yes, sir. I just try to get back there in the backfield and make plays, just help.
Well, let's talk about this defense. Let's talk about some players. Mention some names on this defense because this is going to be a defense where people are going to be talking about individual players and not just Delonzo on offense, but they're going to be talking about this defense and not just you. Talk about some of your teammates.
We got Don Quill at defensive end. We got Keyshawn at linebacker. We got Trey. We got Willie. We got JP. We got Kobe in secondary. We got Ray, and we got Javon. That's everybody.
Now, LaQuinn, you started.
Alex and Cortez.
Forget about him. All right. Lastly, you started off last season with a 4-1 record. How is this year any different? I mean, the Loris win is huge. That's pretty big. One of the biggest wins in years at your school. But how is this any different? I mean, you know, so what? You have a nice non-region schedule. Can you continue this on into the region this year, and why?
Yeah, so we can continue this. We just got a good team. We're going to go out there and play hard every week. Just go out there and do it.
HTC game ball to LaQuinn Bellamy. Coach, some parting comments about the season ahead. You've still got a lot more to play, and it's still very early. But this is a very physical team from my perspective. This is a team that is unlike any that I've seen at North Myrtle Beach High School.
Oh, definitely. We're a physical team, and we'll get into the region play and into the playoffs. That's where it's going to really come into account because we're not going to blow everybody out. We're going to have these tight ball games, and we showed tonight that we can win a tight ball game when it's on the line. Our defense is going to step up. When we got to score, our offense is going to score. So, you know, it's going to be a long season, but I think our kids are playing with confidence. Our kids are ready to make that journey this year.
All right, they are perfect. It is only 2 weeks into the season, but the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs are 2-0. Guys, let's hear it.
Fantastic. All right. Great to have the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs in the End Zone studio. Want to thank Sonic for feeding that entire group right there. And what a great job Perry Woolbright has done. 17-14 winners over Loris. We haven't heard the last of the Lions. They're going to be a factor in Class 2A football.